Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm doing some research on some videos, and while I'm doing it, I've run across a couple of videos I wanted to do, or some information I didn't want to lose, so I'm putting them in videos. This one is Computer Sleuths Solve Vegas Man's Mystery featuring the Doe Network. Las Vegas Sun, September 2003. For almost 2 decades, Arthur Wuestwald Jr. had no idea where his eldest son was. Forgive me if I pronounce his last name wrong. On September 3rd, he learned his son's skeletal remains had been found in a remote area of northeast Utah, thanks to the work of volunteer cyber sleuths. Someone had killed Arthur Wuestwald Jr. and left him in the mountains near Randolph, Utah, on a path that is rarely traveled, authorities told his father, a 57-year-old security company employee who has lived in Las Vegas since June 2002. His son's body was found August 22nd. Rich County Sheriff Dale Stacy said the medical examiner determined that the young Arthur Jr. was killed when he was only 18 to 20 years old. Arthur Sr. said his son had always been a little wild and had previous drug problems. We think it was a drug deal or gang related, Arthur Sr. said at Eastern Las Vegas apartment Wednesday. A 10-year-old riding a horseback, a 10-year-old, and rounding up cattle discovered the body. How horrific. The body's hands were bound by electrical tape, the Rich County Sheriff told Wuestwald. Wuestwald hadn't seen his son since 1984 when his son was distant, stubborn 17-year-old. That year, the boy left the family home in White River, South Dakota. He said he was leaving. He was going to cooking school in the Job Corps in Utah, but the family never heard from him again. After 6 months, the family tried to find him. They used his social security number to search the records. They couldn't track him down. He wasn't sure if he was missing or if he took off in South Dakota. They had relatives hoped the teen had gotten married and gone off to raise his family somewhere. After so many years, they said they began to suspect that the next time they would hear about him would be his death. He just never figured it would be this kind of news. It's hard to sleep at night thinking about what it was like, his father said. When he went to Randolph the day after he learned that Arthur had been found, the grieving father said he didn't even want to look at the body. The funny thing is, he hated the outdoors, his father said. Wuestwald's family in Whitewater was expected to hold a funeral service today. The body had been found with the Job Corps identification card nearby. So he joined the Job Corps to go to cooking school, like he said. The Rich County Sheriff had sent out a bulletin about the discovery to law enforcement agencies about the nation, but that wasn't the reason the victims' relatives were found. Bobby Lingos, a volunteer for a trip called the Doe Network and a dispatcher for Quincy, Massachusetts Police Department, received a report that an unidentified body had been found in Randolph. The Job Corps ID card included a birth date. I just happened to be in a position where I read national broadcasts that came over every day, Lingo said. I saw that one and thought it was solvable with the databases I had. Using a tracking website, Lingos traced the name, but the birth date did not match the age of an Arthur Wuestwald in Las Vegas. Lingos noticed the Rich County Sheriff, who determined that the man in southern Nevada was the father of the victim. Actually, it's pretty simple to tell the truth. It was a very unusual name, he said. The nonprofit volunteer network began in 1998 and now has become a way for amateur detectives to help locate missing persons in North America, Europe, and Australia. It was first started as a site for people to discuss missing persons. Now it has 277 volunteers who try to solve cold cases in their spare time. A cold case is a missing person or homicide investigation that has been open for a long time but has gone cold because authorities have no more leads to follow. Dana Gonzalez, one of the founding members, said volunteers research possible new leads on cases, read through local newspapers for clues, and discuss them through a chat group on yahoo.com. Law enforcement officials also have used the site to post new cases or cases that have reached a standstill. Doe Network volunteers say more agencies should use the site. We have the tenacity to research things and have detectives and private investigators who are volunteering their time, Gonzalez said. I think that there's so much information out there to be found. All the answers are out there. The cases can be solved with the advancements in DNA and forensics if the cases are brought back to the public eye. Lingos agreed if law enforcement would give it a chance and utilize it, more cases can be submitted. And the more cases people will see and get solved, he said. Lingos joined the Doe Network 2 years ago and has helped tie up loose ends on 6 of the 8 cases that Doe Network volunteers have solved, including the Wuestwald case. Lingos and Gonzalez said they hope the Wuestwald case will be another success that helps legitimize their group and that they can bring closure to more people in Nevada and elsewhere in the world. Todd Matthews, another early Foundation member, noted 62 bodies discovered in Nevada over the years remain unidentified. So I thought that this was interesting, and it was Utah, and it linked Utah and Nevada, and I've been doing Utah lately with some Nevada links. So I just wanted to make sure that I included this in my playlist, and so that you can take note of it. And I really enjoy the Doe Network, and I don't work for the Doe Network. You know, I guess I'm like a volunteer kind of person that just does it at home on my own with what I can do. And I, look at things like the Doe Network and the Charlie Project and NamUs and things. And I try to post missing person videos. And I hope that when people see them that they're like, oh, I remember that case. Or, oh, I was just Googling that name and found this video. And they're like, I have this information and I gave it to investigators and maybe they don't have it anymore and maybe I should give it to them again, or I remember this now that we've been talking about it and thinking about it, maybe I should let investigators know. And I guess that's my way of helping since I'm at home. But anyway, I just wanted to include that video, and please feel free to leave comments. Don't forget to pray for his family and his loved ones. And thank you so much for tuning in, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.